I haven't even started recording. Started now,
Ah,
actually.
okay.
I just
Calm,
clicked the
calm.
button right now as I said that. Alright, anyway. Like, how do I make this dub? Okay, I think this is dub. So yeah, Jared, you
Well,
know how
look,
to
you're
the keyboard
done.
actually.
Okay.
It's better for death though. It's better for death though.
Calm, calm.
So I was gonna say, but you know, for your reactions or on Patreon, you know, when you do the stream, do you have the icons on Patreon, or can you watch like the whole thing on Patreon?
You go.
Let's watch. Let's watch. Oh, so we see the intro.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hey, Jared, you know the concept of death note, right? You've seen it before.
Yeah, when you write a name in the note, then they die.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This used to be like a really popular show.
Well, the concept's so original. It's very funny.
Very
Very
original,
good.
yeah.
Funny.
Oh, remember the Netflix adaptation, Jibril? Remember how shit it was?
Yeah,
It was so bad.
shit.
It's always the Netflix
Why was L
adaptation.
black? I don't understand why it was
Yeah.
black for no reason. For no reason.
I like.
Black.
Actually, I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, let's just watch it. This is like 100 times better than the show.
I like L's the only one who's not on L. Like his name's L, but he's not on L in it.
Yeah,
He's not on
yeah.
L.
Yeah.
He's a W.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, I'm not gonna say anything in that class. I'm not gonna spoil 9. I want it to be authentic.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah, this is a bit crazy, but you know. Death note. Oh, the music in the show is actually good.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It's just always the vocals.
It's halal music. Halal music.
Halal music.
What? A pair of sleeping skulls?
It put subtitles on, by the way.
Yeah, I was just about to say. Oh, I don't think there's an option.
Kill you to join us? You should come play with us for a change.
There's no option
Yeah,
on
it
this.
is.
I'll find a better
Right,
website for next time.
Oh, okay. Come.
I'll pass.
Make it louder there.
Listen for the voice of God, then follow it, and know that in time you will find yourself.
3DS?
Yes. Yeah.
Yagami, are you still with us? Can you please translate the following sentence into English?
Follow the teachings of God and receive his blessings, and so it shall be that the seas will again become bountiful, and the raging storms will subside.
Today, at approximately 11 a.m., a 32-year-old man was found stabbed to death in his apartment in the city of Yokohama, Kanagawa Prefecture. Kanagawa police are treating this case as homicide.
In other news, today's suspected murderer, Naoki Kofuji, was arrested in the district of Shibuya, Tokyo. He is being held in custody facing murder charges for the brutal slaying of his common-law partner, who was only 25 at the time of her death.
Day in and day out. The same news on permanent repeat.
This is all so ridiculous.
This world is
Rotting.
Another noticeable consequence is the extinction of many species on the planet. Species are now becoming extinct at a faster rate than has ever occurred in our recorded history.
Oh. Random book falling from the sky.
Oh, this is where the sound
Yeah.
comes from.
Yeah, it comes from
That-
the thinking sound. It's known as the thinking sound, basically. Or investigating sound.
Death Note? As in a notebook of death? how to use it. The human whose name is written in this notebook shall die. That's pretty lame. Not to mention twisted. It's really not that different from one of those chain letters you get. The human whose name is written in this notebook shall die? Come on. There must be something wrong with me to even consider it.
Oh, ticket.
This note will not take effect unless the writer has the person's face in their mind when writing his or her name. Therefore, people sharing the same name will not be affected. If the cause of death is written within 40 seconds of writing the person's name, it will happen. If the cause of death is not specified, the person will simply die of a heart attack. After writing the cause of death, details of the death should be written in the next 6 minutes and 40 seconds. So depending on the person you have in mind, you can either kill them easily or painfully, huh? This is pretty detailed for a prank, I'll give them that. So I write a name and that person dies. Like anyone would believe that. Wait, on the off chance someone really dies, would that make me a murderer? Yeah, right. It's completely impossible.
The same assailant who attacked 6 people at a busy shopping district in Shinjuku yesterday has struck again, taking 8 people hostage at this daycare center. His captives include both children and teachers. The police have now identified the suspect as 42-year-old Kuro Otoharada, currently unemployed. They expect negotiations to begin immediately.
He's gonna wait. He's just gonna make it.
A heart attack in 40 seconds? We'll see.
At the present time, that's all the police are telling us.
You can't help but feel concerned for the safety of those hostages.
You're absolutely right. We'll continue to monitor the situation.
Random
from
hostage
here.
situation.
Thank you for that report. What do you make of this, Mr. Hashimoto?
Well, one can only hope for a quick resolution to this situation.
Looks like the notebook doesn't work. Oh well, I didn't expect it to anyway.
Wait, we're seeing something here. Looks like movement at the front entrance.
The hostages are coming out, and they all look to be unharmed. The special forces are taking action. They're moving in. We don't know if the suspect's been arrested.
Hey, Kourosh, do you recognize the voice actor?
We now have confirmation. The suspect has been found dead inside. I repeat, the suspect is.
Are you talking the narrator, the guy in the news?
Yeah, the guy in the news.
Special forces are denying
Hold on.
allegations that they shot the suspect.
So it's quite possible he was
No, I wrote no.
commit suicide?
Well, according
Okay,
to
wait, I'll DM it to you.
the suspect just suddenly collapsed.
A heart attack? No way. It's coincidence. This has to be a coincidence.
Bye. It's already 6:30
Oh.
now. Don't you have cram school tonight?
Yeah, I'll be ready in just a
To
second.
describe him though, so I just added him. I don't know if he
Yeah.
you know which character.
I did know, I think.
Yeah.
I have to test it one more
This
time.
is 2005,
In which
so,
case,
you know, make sense.
2005,
he will
yeah.
be another criminal. But if he's too well known, that'll be a problem. If he dies, there's a good possibility the news of his death will be covered up. I need to see results right away.
Hey, Rio buddy. What is it, Sudo? Didn't you want to lend me $20?
What? Again? But I can't do that.
Pseudo. Maybe I should try killing him.
Oh,
no.
Crazy.
I should definitely avoid killing people I know. And again, does it even really matter? I mean, would anyone really care if a guy like him was to disappear one day?
That's a crazy thought.
Sweet.
Oh, wow.
Looks like
Yeah.
we'll be hanging at the arcade after school.
We're having a speed dating party tomorrow. You want to come?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, there's no way I'm missing that.
Damn it! Why is my mom so useless? She's never here to pick me
Okay.
up on time.
Once you actually start looking around, it makes you wonder if you'd be doing society a favor by getting rid of all these people.
Hey, baby! Where you going? Come have a little fun with us.
That's our Taku for you. This guy can spot a hottie a mile away.
What's up, little lady? The name's Tako Shibuimaru.
Oh, randomly says his name.
Hang out with this pretty lady.
Please, I don't want any trouble.
You hear that? She doesn't want trouble. Isn't that cute? Let's go, boys. Strip her down right here.
Oh.
Sure?
In front of the shop is crazy.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. I mean, it's not broad daylight 'cause it's night, but
yeah.
Yo, wait, how many names is he have?
Oh damn.
Hey, wait up! Tako, look out!
Oh, this is gonna write their names down.
That settles it. The death note. It's for real.
Yeah.
Stupid kid! He just came out of nowhere! Oh!
Crazy.
Now then, I'd better get going.
Crazy. Oh.
Pretty self-explanatory.
It's been 5 days. Now then, I'd better get going. Ah, you headed somewhere, Ryuk?
Hate to tell you, but our whole world looks like this.
That's true, but I've dropped my death note. You really messed things up, didn't you?
Hold on a sec, didn't you already trick the old man to get a second book? Don't tell me you dropped both of them.
You must have some idea where you dropped the thing. Yeah, the human world.
What?
Roads in the human world.
What a nice surprise. I wasn't expecting you home so early.
Yeah. Hi, Mom. It's because... Oh, the results of the nationwide exams.
I've been waiting all day.
Here.
Goodness, #1 again. These are the highest scores you've had.
Yeah, I guess. I'm going to study in my room, so please don't interrupt me, okay?
As you wish. Oh, Light, do you want anything at all, dear? You can ask for whatever you like.
No, I'm fine, Mom. Thanks, though. I've already got what I want.
Oh.
Hey, go back. Let's look at the names.
Look at the names.
Why is that Muhammad that I don't know about now?
Wait, where?
Where?
Oh, Muhammad Ibrahim.
Oh, Muhammad.
Yo,
Oh,
why
the
the-
brainwashing, the Israeli propaganda even back then.
No. Really propaganda there.
Nah, you don't know.
Crazy.
Maybe it was an actual
I mean,
terrorist
yeah,
thing.
it's just random names. It's just random names.
Yeah.
You can see.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see these names.
Peter Panson. Yeah, it's Mary,
Bokron,
Mary, Mary.
Mary, yeah. That's it. There's a fast. There's no way it's faster than Mary, Mary.
Michael Bag, Teabag.
Teabag.
Glenn.
Michael Scofield.
Glenn.
No
Yeah, way you killed
Glenn.
Glenn, bro. You killed Glenn.
That's crazy.
Domingo. Yeah, just random names. Bro's already going evil.
You've taken quite a liking to it. No reason to act surprised. I am the Shinigami Ryuk. That used to be my notebook. Judging by your laughter, you've already figured out that what you have is no ordinary notebook.
Shinigami. A god of death, huh? Well, I'm not surprised. In fact, Ryuk, I've been waiting for you.
Oh?
I've already figured out that this death note I found is real. It didn't take me long. And now that I've witnessed the proof of its power, I only feel more confident in what I'm gonna do.
That's interesting. I certainly wasn't expecting this. Several death notes have made their way into the human world in the past, but you're the first to have written this many names. Look at how many people you've killed in only 5 days. Most are reluctant to write this much.
I've already prepared myself, Ryuk. I used the notebook even though I knew it belonged to a Shinigami. And now that Shinigami has come. So what'll happen to me? You're here to take my soul, right?
Huh? What do you mean? Is that some fantasy you humans came up with? I'm not gonna do anything to you. The notebook becomes part of the human realm from the very moment it touches the earth. In other words, the notebook is now yours.
This is mine?
If you don't want it, just give it to someone else. But if you give it away, I'd have no choice but to erase your memories of the notebook.
So then, you're saying I can use the Death Note all I want and I won't be punished?
Let's just say this. You will feel the fear and pain known only to humans who've used the notebook. And when it's your time to die, it will fall on me to write your name in my Death Note. Be warned, any human who's used a Death Note can neither go to heaven nor hell for eternity.
Yeah, I can't lie, that's a peak one right there.
That's all.
Oh.
Imagine not knowing that, you've already written names in there.
Yeah, it's GG's, it's GG's.
Now you have something to look forward to after you die.
I mean, not hell as well, but also not heaven. It's like...
Light?
Yeah.
It'll be
speak.
alright. Answer it.
Imagine he opens it.
I thought you'd like some apples. The neighbors brought them over for us.
Wait, where did it go?
Why on earth is it so dark in your room? You'll ruin your eyesight.
What's going on? Mom can't see him?
Oh.
That notebook you found originally belonged to me. And since you're now using it, you are the only one who's able to see me. And of course, my voice can only be heard by you. In other words, the Death Note is the bond between Light, the human, and Ryuk, the Shinigami. Yum.
I just have one more question I want to ask you. Why was I chosen for this? Hey, are you even listening?
Where's just eating apples?
Apples in the human world are worth the trip. What's the best way to describe these? Juicy?
Just answer my question.
I didn't choose you. Don't you see this is all just an accident? You actually thought you were chosen because you're so smart or something? Don't be so vain. It just happened to fall around here and you just happened to pick it up. And that's all there is to it. That's why I wrote the instructions in English, the most popular language in the human world.
Then why did you drop it in the first place? You even wrote down specific instructions, so don't try to tell me this was an accident.
You're asking me why? I did it because I was bored.
Oh, crazy.
He did. It's like the old man in Squid Game. It's the old man in Squid
Did it because he was bored.
It's like
You guys are not quiet right now.
Yeah, you're quiet.
Time to write names in your Death Note. The others just laugh.
That's when they, you know, that's when people ask us why we rated it and stuff. We did it because we were bored.
Someone's bored, bro. That's not when you start.
Mr. Braxton only asked, I did it because I was bored.
Braxton.
So I figured I'd have more fun if I came down here myself.
I'm a little bored.
Anyway, I'm surprised at how many names you've written. But I want to know why you only wrote the cause of death for that guy who was hit by the truck.
If you don't write down the cause of death, the victim dies of a heart attack. And that's probably the best thing about the Death Note, Ryuk.
Huh?
You see, I've already exhausted the list of the world's major criminals. And eventually, I'm gonna get rid of them all.
What's the point of doing that?
It's only a matter of time before people figure out that these criminals are being eliminated by someone. I want the world to know of my existence.
Oh yeah, this is the crazy
someone out there passing
ego trip.
righteous judgment on the wicked.
Why even bother? What are you trying to achieve by passing judgment on them? I mean, why do you care?
Because I've been bored too.
Two people bored?
I wasn't ready to believe it at first, but it's obvious now. There's something about the Death Note itself that makes humans want to try it out at least once. I killed them both. I killed 2 men. Those were human lives. It won't be overlooked. Besides, who am I to pass judgment on others?
I forgot about this flipping internal monologue he had.
No, wait. Maybe I'm wrong. This is exactly what I've been thinking about lately. This world is rotting, and those who are making it rot deserve to die. Someone has to do it, so why not me? Even if it means sacrificing my own mind and soul, it's worth it. Because the world can't go on like this.
Crazy.
I wonder, what if someone else had picked up this notebook? Is there anyone out there other than me who'd be willing to eliminate the vermin from the world? If I don't do it, then who will? That's just it, there's no one. But I can do it. In fact, I'm the only one who can. I'll do it. Using the Death Note, I'll change the world.
Writing names flipping compilation. This is the best montage, bro. This is the best montage. It's just him writing down. It's him writing down. Oh, I fell off a roof. Oh, what is that?
At first, I wrote the names of the worst criminals I could think of, like I was cleaning up the world one name at a time, so that eventually no one will ever do anything evil again. And while the truly guilty ones who deserve to be punished for their crimes die of heart attacks, the people who are less guilty but who still make trouble for others will slowly be erased through disease and accidental death. Then, and only then, the world will start moving in the right direction. It'll be a new world, free of injustice and populated by people who I've judged to be honest, kind, and hardworking.
But if you did that, it would make you the only bad person left.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm a hardworking honor student who's considered to be one of Japan's best and brightest. And I will become the god of this new world.
Crazy statement.
That's crazy.
Just as I thought. Humans are so interesting.
That's it, that's the first episode.
That was short, that was very short.
Yeah, it's just good, but the short episodes, but they're good, they're good episodes. You can fit me out today.
That's good. I missed 20 minute episodes. I missed 20 minutes. Like, that was actually good though.
Yeah.
Anyways, give me like 3 minutes, I'll be back.
Alright. Ah, I forgot how good this show was. Are you there, Jibril?
Yeah.
Jared's not here right now, right?
Yeah, he's
I think next episode is where light comes in. That's looking dangerous.
Light?
Not light flipping. What's it called? L.
W, not L. He's not L.
He's not. No, he's not an L. That's literally his name, isn't it?
No, don't violate. You went L like that. Like he's an L.
No, I meant.
Saying,
No, I didn't. That's not what I meant.
Then why are you spamming L like that? Like you're violating. Don't violate.
No, I'm saying L as in I'm just spamming his name.
Oh, okay. Go.
He's not L. He's not L. What if their names were W and white Wagami?
Do you want to watch a funny trolling video while Dad's not here?
What trolling video?
It's this guy, yeah. You know the guy who goes, oh yeah, you know that guy. He trolls on Marvel.
Nah,
right?
bro, that's TV.
Bro, it's so funny. Trust me. Bro, it's actually so funny. You don't understand. You know what we're doing?
Bro, you know that guy's a nonce.
Look. I don't know if he's a nonce. Okay? Yeah, I don't know if he's a nonce. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I remember some exposing video like a while back came out.
Listen. He's funny though. I don't know about nonce. I don't know. I just watch videos. Okay.
Alright. No, I already saw the one you posted though. I saw the one.
Oh, okay, calm. It's just so funny.
What does he even do?
Bro, he just trolls in the voice chat. He just trolls the Americans in the voice chat.
Fair enough. I'm skipping the intro, bro. Not that spoilery, it's just CBA.
The human whose name is written in this notebook shall die.
We skip the recap as well since we just watched it.
Yeah.
He has not been a week.
There's someone out there.
He found himself overwhelmed.
Okay, I think
with
this is
happiness
new
and
stuff.
satisfaction,
I have no idea
knowing
what he was
that
thinking
at
coming to
long
my house,
last
but I am
his
so
dream
through
had
him.
Seriously?
finally come true.
So what happened with your dad after that?
All right then, Yagami. Please recite this line for us.
Sure. Having finally made his dream a reality, he was overwhelmed, both by the magnitude of his achievement and by the joy and happiness that it brought him.
That was very well done, but I'm not surprised, of course. Absolutely flawless. Very good. Well then, we'll leave it
Oh,
at that
we're
for
just
today.
chilling there.
I thought it'd never end. How do you do this every day? It's so boring here. Hey, where you going? Hey, Light, are you listening to me?
Don't talk to me. Unlike you, people can still hear me when I talk out loud.
Well, aren't you boring?
Hey, what's up, Light? We were just gonna head down
Sorry,
to
I'm a little busy today.
You don't have anything to do. Aren't you just gonna go home and hang out in your room as usual?
What are you talking about? Of course I have something to do. Yes, something very important.
Crazy.
There was more violence across the city today. Another stabbing.
This
This
writing
time at a
names,
restaurant in the heart
You
of
know
the
what?
Kabuki-Ko
Even if
district
I
of
was
Shibuya.
light, I just could be asked to write all those names. They're so long.
Yeah, I just kill like the major criminals, but not the petty ones, you know.
What is it?
Yeah, that's techie.
Why are you working so hard?
Then again, there's a lot of major criminals, so like, he's probably
There's a
still
very
well
small window to write names in this notebook. I only have from when I get home from school until I go to bed. I still need to sleep so I can maintain my average and stay at the top of my class. Obviously, I can't be sleeping in class. Plus, there's all the studying at home and at cram school. I can't let myself get too tired. It'll start to affect my health and my mental performance. If I'm
Eating
serious
apples.
about trying to create an ideal world that's free from evil,
Wait, so how does it look like if like someone can't see it, sees it eating the apple?
I guess it would just be playing, yeah.
Why is your door locked?
Just a bit techy.
What is it?
Can you help me with my homework?
Yeah, okay.
We're doing quadratic equations in math.
Quadratic
Sorry to interrupt. I
equations.
know you're
Quadratic
studying right now,
formula.
but I'm like the only person in my class who doesn't
What
get
did
this stuff.
No problem.
I know. Oh, good. You know that song. I know that song as well. They put it up.
You've got hidden in the drawer right now.
It'll be stuck in my memory until I'm like 8 years old.
He waits till
Yeah.
now to mention that important detail? Damn Shinigami.
What's wrong? Are you all right?
It's nothing. So, what exactly don't you understand? What are you stuck on?
Well, I think all of it.
There have been 52 deaths that we're aware of, and that's just in the past week.
Every single one of them involved a heart attack. They were all criminals who were either being held in prison or who were wanted by police for outstanding crimes. And I think it's safe to say there are other criminals whose deaths are unaccounted for.
In which case, the death toll could be well over 100.
Wait, I just flipping clocked that. Wait.
Police for outstanding crimes. And I think it's safe
Hold
to
on.
say there are other
Yeah, it's
criminals
really
whose
stuck,
deaths
isn't it?
are
Yeah.
unaccounted for.
Wait, where?
Right there.
Oh,
Yeah,
Random, annoying, right? Just random, yeah. Random is ready flag.
Could be well over 100.
I mean, I think every country's here, so it makes sense, but like with the major ones.
Morning, Chief.
But why have all of the major ones you showed these really want
I had to take an urgent
Yeah, I
call
don't know.
from headquarters. At any rate, these were criminals who were probably facing execution sooner or later. Perhaps we shouldn't.
Why should it matter whether it's a criminal or someone innocent? Last time I checked, murder was still murder.
It's still too early to consider these a homicide.
Then how did all these people have heart attacks at the exact same time? That's not coincidence, it's murder!
Do you think it's possible to simultaneously kill all these people in different locations?
We're treating this as an elaborate murder plot that's been carried out by a large organization.
If it is a large organization, I'm sure I'm not alone in suspecting the FBI or CIA.
I dare you to say that again! Now,
Alright, there's a Colombian flag.
to be joking around. We need to confirm that these are indeed homicides and not coincidences.
How? Autopsy results show that in all of these cases, the victims died of a sudden heart attack.
Investigating a series of heart attacks is pointless. I don't see what else we can learn.
Absolutely. If these people had been shot or stabbed, at least we'd have something to go on.
If that's the case, it looks as if we'll have no choice but to bring in L.
Oh.
Chief,
What's this L they're talking about?
Right. I forgot that it's your first time at this conference. We don't know L's real name or whereabouts. In fact, we still don't even know what he looks like. However, he's managed to solve every case he's ever taken on. And he's tackled some of the greatest mysteries this world has ever known. He hides in the shadows, but he's the best of the best. A last resort, our trump card.
But I've heard this L is extremely arrogant. I understand he'll only take on cases that he's personally interested in.
That's exactly right. Besides, we don't even know how to contact him.
L is
I like how there's this international L that's recognized.
Yeah, recognized internationally.
Serbian flag.
Actually, Slovenia, but okay.
Gentlemen, L has already begun his investigation into these incidents.
What are he?
Huh? Who's that?
That man's the only known person.
That's a Luxembourg, yeah.
L.
Yeah,
Nobody
Luxembourg.
knows his true identity either. Please be silent. L would now like to address the delegates.
Just a letter L.
Greetings to all of you at the ICPO. I am L.
What are we doing here anyway? I don't understand why we're sneaking around this dump. Tell me.
Isn't it obvious? You told me that anyone who touches the Death Note will be able to see you. I can't afford to carry something this dangerous with me anymore. Up until now, I thought that if my family ever saw the notebook, I could tell them I was keeping records of various criminals in preparation for becoming a detective one day. But I'm walking a very fine line right now. I don't want to think about it, but if I make one mistake, I might end up killing my own family.
Oh, that is a crazy one.
The difficulty of this case lies in its unprecedented scope. And make no mistake, we're witnessing an atrocious act of mass murder, one that is unforgivable. This case cannot be solved without the full cooperation of the ICPO, that is, all of the police organizations you represent throughout the world. You need to make the decision to fully support the investigation at this meeting. Also, I require additional cooperation from Japan's National Police Agency.
What? Why Japan in particular?
Whether the guilty party is an individual or a group, there's a strong possibility that they're Japanese. And even if they're not, we can be sure they're hiding in Japan.
What is all this based on?
Why Japan, you ask? I think I'll be able to provide you with proof of that after I directly confront.
Ray already knows he's in Japan. Crazy.
A direct confrontation?
At any rate, I would like to set up the investigation headquarters in Japan.
That was easier to make than I thought it'd be.
Huh? Does that mean you were able to hide the notebook?
Yeah. I hid it right here in this drawer.
But it doesn't seem to be particularly well hidden. You left the key in the lock.
That's the whole point. I intentionally left the key in the most noticeable place I could think of.
Isn't that just a regular diary?
That's what it is. I'm guessing that once most people find the diary inside my desk, that'll probably satisfy their curiosity. But the real key is this. Just an everyday item that you'd expect to find lying around on my desk. A regular ballpoint pen. And all I need is this part.
So that's the key?
Yeah. If you look closely, you'll find that there's a small hole underneath the drawer. Then you just insert this.
Ah, a fake bottom. The diary will distract most people, so I doubt anyone will find it.
But that's not all.
Oh?
Even if someone figures out that there's a fake base, I've set things up so that there's no way they could get their hands on the notebook.
Oh yeah, this is crazy.
Once the ink reservoir is inserted, it acts as an insulator, preventing the flow of electricity around this circuit. When the fake base of the drawer is put back, this piece of rubber also prevents the flow of electricity. However, if someone were to try and force the bottom of the drawer open, the circuit would connect, and that would ignite the gasoline contained in this thin plastic casing, instantly setting the notebook on fire. The way I've got it set up, all the evidence would be completely destroyed. If I'm ever questioned, I'll just say that I was hiding the real diary because I didn't want anyone to see it. It sounds like a pretty believable excuse. I mean, it is my diary after all.
I've heard of humans finding death notes in the past, and typically the biggest problem they have is finding a good place to hide it. But you, Light, you're probably the first to have given it this much thought. Though it's a pretty risky setup from the look of it. If you make even the slightest mistake, you could be badly burned.
Risky? You say the strangest things sometimes, Ayuk. This whole thing has been a risk since the very beginning, from the moment I obtained the Death Note. I'm sorry, but
That's a
compared
crazy
to that,
contraption.
this doesn't even qualify as a risk to me. In fact, it actually protects me. It all comes down to a choice. Would I prefer to be executed or deal with a little house fire?
Yeah, mad one.
Last night in the West Tokyo Penitentiary, Naoki Kurotsukayama, originally sentenced to 15 years for armed robbery, is reported to have died of a sudden heart attack at the age of 32. This is just the most recent death in a steadily growing number of cases involving inmates dying.
This is unbelievable. Criminals are dropping like flies lately.
It's a little scary, but at the same time, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, just make sure you don't do anything bad.
I wouldn't be surprised if the police were behind this.
No way. The police don't have that kind of power. Don't you know about him?
Huh? About who?
Kira. You know, Kira.
I wonder who's going to be killed next.
Imagine saying, I wonder who's going to be killed next.
Yeah, that is a crazy statement. I wonder who's gonna be killed
Hey,
next.
check this out. Websites like this are popping up everywhere lately.
The Legend of Kira the Savior. Huh. Sounds pretty cool. Is this about you?
Yeah, I think they've taken the name Kira from the English word killer. Can't say I'm too happy about that, but it looks like that's the name they've decided to give me. When I search the word Kira, I'm pulling up tons of sites just like this one. The media hasn't picked up on it. They're still calling this a succession of unexplained deaths among the world's most hardened criminals. But the people of the world can already sense that there's something happening. They know there's someone out there passing righteous judgment.
Oh?
Human beings are like that, Ryuk. Although this would probably never happen in school, let's say that students were asked to discuss whether bad people deserve to die. Well, you can bet that everyone would give the politically correct answer.
It's just wrong to kill people.
That's what they're bound to say. Of course, that's the correct response to give, right? Humans will always try to maintain appearances when they're in public. That's just how we are. But this is how they really feel. Most are too afraid to support me as they're worried about what others will think. Many would rather deny my existence. But on the internet, where you can remain anonymous, support for Kira is growing. Maybe people are afraid to say it out loud, but they all understand what's happening. Someone's making the bad guys disappear one by one. Those who have done no wrong are cheering for Kira in their hearts because they have nothing to fear, while those who have done wrong are on the run. They're forced to hide from an unknown enemy. This is how it should be.
Imagine you went to prison
Everything's going
like
just
a year,
like I planned.
but like
And we get killed. Yeah.
And then
I'd like to
you
apologize
this
for the
shit
interruption.
happening.
As of now, we're bringing you
Yeah.
a live worldwide broadcast from Interpol's ICPO.
What, are we connected now? Oh, we have a feed. Okay.
We now take you live to the ICPO. I head up an international police task force which includes all member nations. I am Lind L. Taylor, otherwise known as L.
Oh.
Who is this guy?
So this is how it all begins.
But sir, I don't get it. He's never actually shown his face before, right? Why would he choose to do it now?
It must mean L's serious about this. L, we followed every single one of your orders. Now it's time for you to prove what you said to the ICPO.
Criminals around the world are being murdered by a serial killer. I consider this crime to be the most atrocious act of murder in history. I will not rest until
Well,
the
this is-
person or
this is
persons
music as
responsible
well.
yeah.
are brought to justice. Kira, I will hunt you down. I will find you.
He seems certain he'll catch you.
That fool. He'll never find me. He'll have to get this first. And as long as the police don't find it, there won't be any evidence to convict me. Which means that catching me will be absolutely impossible. I anticipated that the police would get involved and that something like this might happen.
Kira, I've got a pretty good idea what your motivation might be, and I can guess what you hope to achieve. However, what you're doing right now is evil.
You think I'm evil? I am justice. I protect the innocent and those who fear evil. I'm the one who will become the god of a new world that everyone desires. All those who would oppose that god, they are the ones who are truly evil. I guess you're just too stupid, Elle. Too bad. This could have been a lot more interesting if you'd only been a bit smarter.
Oh, so Bray's just killing an innocent person.
Oh.
He did confront him. Elle did confront him.
I mean, he's not a criminal there.
And
He's a detective.
I'll show the
Whole
world
page.
what happens when you cross me. The entire world is watching.
Oh, the hell.
5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Just...
What's wrong? You got nothing else to say?
I had to test this just in case, but I never thought it would actually happen.
Oh.
Kira, it seems you can kill
The music's
people without
back.
having to be there in person. I wondered if I believed it or hadn't just witnessed it. Listen to me, Kira. If you did indeed kill Lind L. Taylor, the man who you just saw die on television, I should tell you that he was an inmate whose execution was scheduled for today. That was not me.
What?
The police arrested him in absolute secrecy, so you wouldn't have heard about him on TV or through the internet. It appears that not even you have access to information about these types of criminals.
He got you there.
But I assure you, L is real. I do exist. Now, try to kill me.
You bastard.
What's wrong?
What the hell is going on? He's really taking this too far. Are you trying to kill yourself, Elle?
What's going on?
Look, it's Kira versus Elle.
Oh, Bray cannot kill him.
This is freaky.
Amazing. Do it, Kira!
Elle.
Someone stop this.
Can't you do it?
Well, Kira, it seems that you can't kill me after all.
So there are some people you can't kill. You've given me a useful hint.
Let me return the favor. I'll tell you something that I think you'll find interesting. Although this was announced as a worldwide broadcast, the truth is, we are only broadcasting in the Kanto region of Japan.
Oh.
I had planned to broadcast this message around the world until we found you, but it looks like that won't be necessary. I now know where you are.
This Elle guy is pretty good.
The police treated your first killing as an unrelated incident, but in actuality, the first of your victims was a suspect in Shinjuku. Of all the criminals that have recently died of heart attacks, this one's crime was by far the least serious. Furthermore, his crime was only ever reported inside Japan.
I used that information to deduce this much.
You are in Japan, and your first victim was little more than an experiment, which means that you haven't been killing for very long. We decided to broadcast in Kanto first because of its large population, and luckily, we found you. To be completely honest with you, I never expected that things would go this well, but it won't be too long now before I am able to sentence you to death.
Elle has certainly lived up to his reputation.
He proved that Kira exists, that the deaths were murders, and that he is here in Japan.
Naturally, I'm very interested to know how you're able to commit these murders without being present, but I don't mind waiting a little bit longer.
You can answer all of my questions when I catch you.
Let's meet again soon.
Crazy.
Taj.
Ray destroyed him there, however.
Ro basically got Taj. Put the fake camera with the
Yeah.
person and then
Fake camera with Taj, you got Taj there. Yeah.
You
got
He
Taj,
got Taj.
He's going to sentence me to death?
Taj.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sounds
oh no.
interesting. I accept your challenge, Elle.
Each of them has to hunt down the other without knowing the other's name or face. And the first one whose identity is revealed will die. Humans are so much fun.
Elle, Kira. I will hunt you down wherever you're hiding, and I will eliminate you. I am justice.
Yeah,
She's
that.
gonna win.
Who's gonna win? That L introduction was crazy though. That was a crazy introduction.
Do you like the film so far?
Yeah, I do. I do.
You like the theme? You
The
like the
anime
theme?
is good. Wait, anime is good? Question mark.
Yeah.
I knew this would be the one, bro. I knew this would be the
You know
one.
most animes like this, trust me. Most animes
No,
like
no, no, no. But this is yeah. Actually, oh wow, it's actually good though.
Yeah.
It's actually, I
We
actually
watch
have to
one more
say
then.
it's good.
No, guys,
Yeah,
guys.
watch
Why do we watch? Why do we watch being the most annoying Rocket Raccoon ever in Marvel Rivals?
Okay.
Okay, watch. At least watch the timestamp. I said, watch the timestamp. Watch the timestamp.
Okay, watch it.
It's actually funny. This could happen to us technically. Oh wait, can you fit it on your screen, Kourosh? If you
Infinite ammo. Let me know when you want infinite ammo, Punisher.
Oh, I think
Put it on the screen.
Wait, what?
Okay, I guess we're gonna hear.
Can you put it on your
Remember, if you
screen?
die, you respawn. Don't be scared.
This is one shot.
Let me know if
Nah,
you
nah,
want
it's
infinite
easy.
ammo, Punisher.
No, please. Jared wants to watch, innit? Jared, you want to see? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's literally just a timestamp.
Nah.
Oh. What? Okay. Fair.
But I'm not watching this Maximilian Miss guy. I'm not watching this Maximilian Miss guy. I know it might be funny, but guy.
Bro. It's actually, I don't know. It's actually so funny.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. What I'll do, Jared, is I'll put this recording now of us watching Death Now. I'll put the unedited one on Patreon, and then. Wait, so I don't know. So Jared, you actually you go on my Patreon then?
I'll get it.
Wait, so let me see my Patreon actually.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, one more.
Let's get to this.
Greetings to all.
Okay, I think this is a recap, right?
I'll hunt you down wherever.
Yeah. All right.
All right, let's start with the tip line reports.
Yes, sir. Up to this point, we've received 3,029 responses about the murders via telephone and email. Most of these have been curious citizens and prank calls, but there are 14 people who claim to either know Kira or who have seen him. All 14 accounts were followed up on and carefully documented. However, nobody could provide any information that wasn't already publicly available. And lastly, this week there were an additional 21 people who called in claiming to be Kira.
Oh, crazy. So if he was just lying.
We didn't want to rule anything out, so we followed standard procedure and created files for all 21 of them.
All right, on to the victim reports.
Yes, sir. Upon further investigation, we have confirmed that information of the heart attack victims was in fact publicly available in Japan immediately prior to their deaths. Also, concerning L's request that we investigate the time of death for each victim, we found that all of them occurred between the hours of 4 p.m. and 2 a.m. on weekdays, local time, with 68% of them occurring between 8 p.m. and 12 a.m. Weekends and holidays appear to be the exception to this rule, as the times of death vary much more widely than during the week.
That information is extremely relevant for us. It suggests that given the times of death, our suspect could very well be a student.
Oh.
Based on the fact that Kira's only killing criminals, I think it's safe to assume that he's driven by a very idealistic notion of justice. It's highly possible he may even aspire to be some sort of godlike figure. We're dealing with an individual who has a very childish concept of right and wrong. Of course, this is mere speculation at this point, but still I recommend you re-examine any assumptions you've made as to whether or not our suspect could be a student. We must consider every possibility. I believe that is the shortest route to finding and arresting Kira. Please continue with your report.
Oh, right. Does anyone else have something they'd like to add?
Yes, sir.
What is it, Matsuda?
Well, I'm not saying this to support Kira or to condone the murders, but in the last few days throughout the world, but especially here in Japan, we've observed a dramatic decrease in the number of violent crimes committed.
Well, I suppose it makes sense. We've suspected something like that would happen. Anything else?
No.
Well, that about sums up our report for today. L?
Thank you, everyone. I feel we're one step closer to finding Kira. Before I go, I'm afraid I have one additional request to make. This is directed to the teams investigating the victims, TV news, and internet. I would like you to go back and take a closer look at the exact way in which the victims' identities were made public. Be as thorough as possible.
In particular, I want to know if photos of the victims were made available to the public in Japan.
I'll leave it to you.
Chief,
Hmm?
you look like you could use one of these. Sleeping much?
Ah, thank you. That'll do the trick. I feel all these late nights are starting to take their toll.
About what I said earlier at our meeting. Well, now that I think about it, I'm sure everyone already knew that. I wanted to apologize.
What on earth are you talking about? Nobody said it would be easy to speak the truth, but it has to be done, especially when it's something that isn't easy to say.
Huh?
Having said that, if you'd gone on to say that we should commend Kira for doing such a great job of reducing violent crime, then yes, I might have had a little problem with that.
Oh no, no I wouldn't. That would never happen.
I'm just kidding.
I knew I could count on you, Light.
Hey, so do you think you're ready to try a few on your own now?
Huh? Yeah, I guess so. Oh, sounds like Dad's home.
Welcome home, dear.
Thank you.
He's home really early today.
Hey, why don't you at least try the last problem by yourself?
I will, but maybe after dinner.
Yeah, right.
Helping your sister with her homework, you sure are relaxed.
Of course. If the police try to come after me, I'm pretty confident I've got something that'll give me the advantage. Hey, glad you could join us for dinner. You hungry, Dad?
Oh.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
His dad is the head director of the police. Crazy.
Oh, that's crazy.
So, Light, tell me, how are your studies going?
Everything's okay, I guess.
Whatever. He's at the top of his class. My big brother's a genius.
That's my son. We're all proud of you, Light.
Is everything okay, Dad? You look tired.
Yeah, I'm not able to say too much about it, but this case I'm working on now is really tough.
I see. Well, well, Daddy's a policeman. And that must be the reason why you're so confident.
That's right. It's easy for me to hack into Dad's computer. We're on a home
Bruh.
network, so I can copy the files I need without leaving a trace. This way I can keep track of their investigation. Here we go.
How many folders are there?
Well, isn't that interesting? Looks like the police are already beginning to suspect a student.
I guess that means you're in trouble.
If the cause of death is written within 40 seconds of writing the person's name, it will happen. If the cause of death is not specified, the person will simply die of a heart attack. After writing the cause of death, details of the death should be written in the next 6 minutes and 40 seconds. That sound right to you, Ryuk?
So what's your point?
In other words, if I write heart attack as the cause of death, then I should be able to write down all the details, including time of death afterwards, shouldn't I? Looks like I'll be able to provide you with more entertainment now.
Oh.
They're already in jail, bro. What's the point?
Inmate 148, what's wrong? Snap out of it!
Bruh.
What? I don't believe this. Another 23 victims yesterday? Are these confirmed?
Yes.
The day before, there were another 23 victims. He's killing one off every hour on the hour.
Considering that this new pattern has been going on for 2 weekdays,
It does punch some holes in the theory that our suspect is a student.
Maybe not. Anybody can skip 2 days of school.
You're missing the point. It does appear less likely now that Kira's a student, but that's not the message he's sending by doing this. Ask yourselves, why every hour? And why are all these victims in prisons where they are sure to be discovered immediately? Why not other criminals like before? I believe Kira is telling us that not only can he kill from a distance, but he can also determine the time of death. But something's not right. As soon as we began to suspect that Kira might be a student, the pacing of the killings changed, as if to contradict that theory. Coincidence? No. Too convenient. This can only mean that Kira has access to police information.
Oh.
It's obvious now. This is a direct challenge to me.
I'd say Elle is probably starting to sweat a little by now. What'll really make his job difficult is that I've deliberately left about 50 criminals alive for times like this.
Oh?
If Elle's as good as they say, by now he should be starting to suspect someone with connections to the police.
So Kira has found a way to obtain information from the task force headquarters. This is one fact that cannot be ignored. But what does he get out of all this? What is he hoping to achieve in the end?
There's one thing I don't get. Showing them you have connections to the police makes it easier for them to find you than when they just suspected you were a student.
Well, my real agenda is to get close to Elle so I can eliminate him.
How are you gonna do that?
You still don't understand human beings. In this world, there are very few people who actually trust each other. And it's no different for the police, you know. What's especially important is that Elle and the investigators don't trust each other at all. Think about it. Could you trust someone whose name and face you don't even know? When Elle discovers that I'm somehow getting confidential information, he'll be obligated to start investigating the police to find the source of the leak. When that happens, it'll only be a matter of time before the police start resenting Elle. On the surface, it will appear that Elle and the investigation team are working together to try to catch me. But in reality, Elle will investigate the police, and they will be investigating Elle. I'm not the one who's going to find Elle. I can let the police do that for me.
Crazy
And when
mind
they
games.
do, that's when I'll eliminate him.
Yeah. That's crazy.
What's this about?
With all due respect, Chief, we're resigning. We demand that you assign us to a different case. Otherwise, you can have our badges right here and now.
Why? You're good cops.
Isn't it clear? It's because we value our lives, sir.
If what Elle says is true, Kira has some ESP-like power that somehow allows him to kill people indirectly, from anywhere.
Well, if I were Kira, sir, I'd probably want to try and get rid of the people who were trying to catch me.
Let's face it, he knows he'll be sentenced to death if he's caught.
We all sat here and watched when Elle decided to pull that media stunt and challenged Kira to kill him. Well, it was all very impressive at the time. But then again, Elle never had to show his face or reveal his name, for that matter. I'm sure you recall Elle's last request. He asked that we take a closer look at how these victims' identities were made public, and specifically to determine whether photos of the victims were available to the public prior to their deaths. Well, it turns out he was right. Every single one of those victims' names and photos were broadcast to the Japanese public, and then they died. Unlike someone we know, we're out there investigating this case wearing police IDs with our names and photos on them. Anybody with a computer can find out who we are. We don't hide our faces, we're out in the open.
Sir, the truth is we could be killed by Kira at any time.
For these reasons, we refuse to continue working this case. Excuse us,
enough.
Chief.
Hey, stop! All of you! Hold it right there!
In order to solve this problem, we must establish the concept that x squared...
Which is walking in the class.
Now pay attention because this is important. Before we tackle more complex quadratic equations, we have to start thinking of large x's value as simply the multiple of two integers. Now, let's apply this concept to our first problem.
We brought the FBI to Japan 4 days ago. They're fully operational. As requested, they're now gathering intel on the police.
And this is the complete list?
Yes.
There are 141 people in the police force who have access to classified information regarding the investigation.
I am sure that somewhere in this list of police officers and the people closest to them, we will find our suspect.
Oh.
Light, you got a second?
Oh. I already told you, Ryuk. You can't talk to me in public. How many times do I have to tell you?
In that case, I'll talk, you just listen. If you don't want to hear me, you can plug your ears or something. First of all, I don't have anything against you. I actually think the notebook couldn't have been picked up by a better person. I'm here because I have to stick around till the death note is finished, or I see you die, whichever comes first. But make no mistake, Light, I'm not on your side or Elle's side.
Yeah, well, I knew that much already.
You'll never hear me say anything about whether what you're doing is right or wrong. I'm not here to support you or give you my opinion, I'm just a spectator. But as your roommate, I might have a few things to say now and then.
What's this about, Ryuk? Why are you telling me all this stuff now anyway? It's really not like you.
It's just that I'm no ally of yours, or Kira's if you prefer. The only reason I'm gonna tell you this is because personally it's starting to creep me out.
Get to the point already.
You're being followed by another human. He's watching you right now.
Oh.
Oh.
It's really starting to get on my nerves. I realize there's no way he can see me. But because I'm always following behind you wherever you go, I feel like I'm constantly being watched.
That's a problem. I'll have to get rid of him as soon as possible.
He's already being followed.
Me. Does this mean Elle is already starting to suspect the police? If he's gonna investigate the police, he'll need a lot of resources and manpower. Even if he has as many as 50 people on the case, I don't see how they could ever figure out that I'm Kira. I shouldn't look like anything other than your average high school senior. But the longer I let this person keep following me, the greater the chances they'll figure out who I really am. Above all, I need my stalker's name. Once I figure that out, I can get rid of him for good.
Light. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. What makes a Shinigami and a human who has a death note different? Well, there are two things. And why do Shinigami have to write the names of humans in their death notes? You got any ideas?
Of course not. Why would I know that? You know, you sure are talkative today.
It's because we are able to take human lifespans for ourselves.
Huh? Wait, what do you mean by that?
Let's say you have a human who is due to live until the age of 60, and a god of death wrote that this person would die at 40. 60 minus 40 equals 20. Now those 20 years taken from someone in the human world are added to that god of death's life. So it means that as long as we don't slack off, even if someone was to shoot us in the head, or stab us in the heart with a knife, a god of death cannot die. On the other hand, no matter how many names you write in your death note, your lifespan will not increase. That is the first difference between gods of death and humans who possess a death note.
That's something about Shinigami that I haven't heard before. Pretty interesting stuff.
The second difference between us will probably be of even greater interest to you. Though this has less to do with lengthening life and more to do with cutting it short.
What do you mean cutting it short?
Shinigami can tell what a person's name is by just looking at their face. We know instantly. And do you have any idea why? Because through a Shinigami's eyes, a human's name can be seen above their head. Not only that, we see their lifespan as well.
Their name and lifespan?
Oh.
That's right. I'm able to see your name and lifespan right now. If I converted that to human time, I could tell you how many years you've got left, but there's no way I'd ever tell you that. I may have a
bro knows when he's gonna die.
I wouldn't go that far. Shinigami never have to worry that they won't be able to kill a person just because they don't know their name. And every time we do take a life, we always know exactly how many years we're going to receive. Our eyes just aren't the same, and that is the difference between you and I. However, if If a Shinigami drops his death note and a human picks it up, he can grant that human the eyes of a Shinigami. But only if a deal is made, one that's been with us since ancient times.
And what's the deal?
The price for having a Shinigami's eyes is half of that person's remaining lifespan. That's all it is.
Half of my remaining lifespan.
Yeah. In other
That's
words, if you were
yeah.
supposed to
You know,
live
if I'm
another
old, I'm
50
doing. If I'm
years,
like 8 years old, man's doing it.
If it was one more year, then
But if I'm young,
Yeah.
like now,
I
impossible.
see. And since you've made it clear you're not on anyone's side and won't help me out, you wouldn't just give me the names of people I wanted to kill. Basically, you're saying that I can't
This is
simply
interesting.
borrow powers. I'd have to pay for them.
That's right. It's a key part of the code that all Shinigami are bound by. I'll say this once more. Give me half your remaining lifespan, and I'll give you the Shinigami eyes.
If I agree, I'll be able to know everyone's name just by looking at them.
Yeah, that's
If I
OP.
had that power, the Death Note would only be easier to use.
So, what'll it be, Light? Is it a deal?
We pause it for a second.
That's the end anyway.
Or is it end? Oh, okay. Actually, what I was gonna say is, I know doing the Shinigami idea would be cold, right? But why doesn't he just judge your executioner?
Yeah, like
Judge your
says judge your executioner.
Judge your executioner.
It's,
Pop the O.
Pop the O in
Okay.
ICPS. Swig everyone.
Please,
Swig
no,
everyone.
Yes. Look how many people he's killed.
Pop
He
the
probably has
Luno
so
as
much
well.
ult,
Pop
man.
the Luno as well. Then you know.
Yeah, exactly. He has so much ult charge. Like he literally killed so many man. He's probably got like such good KD. And his KD is literally just how many people he's killed.
Yeah, fair enough. That would work. That would work as well.